20 miles per gallon. No, I'm not just making random noise standing in front of a Chevy Tahoe. 20 miles per gallon is the EPA mileage rating for this 2008 Chevy Tahoe Hybrid 4-wheel drive. 20 miles per gallon city and 20 miles per gallon highway. What's more, that's just about what we achieved. Our overall mileage for a week of driving came to 19 miles per gallon. And that's without taking any special measures to boost how far we could go on a gallon of gas. Want to know something else? The rear-wheel drive Tahoe gets 21 miles per gallon. Now, how does it do that? Magic. No, not really, but close. The engineers behind this system, which was developed in a joint program with Chrysler, looked at various operating modes of a vehicle and combined various fuel savings and power maximizing techniques to provide maximum power and efficiency. Now, I'm John Matris of CarBuzzer.com with another CarBuzzer.com RoadSkill report. Now, here's how this Chevrolet Tahoe Hybrid works. There are two electric motors contained within an otherwise conventional 4-speed automatic transmission. There's a 6-liter V8 engine with active fuel management, what General Motors calls the shutdown of 4 cylinders out of 8 during light-duty operation, and of course extra battery power, a 300-volt nickel-metal hydride unit, which in GM speak is ESS for Energy Storage System. What happens in normal operation is the Tahoe, it's also available in the Tahoe's corporate twin, the GMC Yukon, rolls away from a standing start using only one electric motor. If more torque is needed, the second motor kicks in, all seamlessly, of course, and then with more power needed at speeds, say, of 20 miles per hour, or whenever there's faster acceleration at lower speeds, the V8's engine starts up and adds its power. The electric motors operate in conjunction with the automatic transmission, which means the engine RPM is fairly consistent around town. Under higher demand, the electric motors will not be used because in that situation the fixed gears of the automatic transmission are actually more efficient. As with the conventional hybrid, the electric motors can be used as generators to recharge the ESS. Now, as an added bonus, the electric motors can allow the engine to operate in 4-cylinder mode longer for even more fuel saving. Now, we've simplified things, and there are other features, of course. The Tahoe Hybrid has electric power steering, and this aerodynamics improving front bumper. But somehow General Motors defines the powertrain as 2-mode hybrid. That seems like a whole lot more modes to us, but we're not going to argue. The 6-liter Gen 4 V8 engine makes 332 horsepower and has a compression ratio of 10.8 to 1 and does it on regular 87 octane gas. And with our 4-wheel drive version, the Tahoe has a tow rating of 6,000 pounds. Now let's pull out onto a local road. We start out rolling strictly on battery power. And as we pick up speed, now we're up to about 20 miles an hour, accelerating. You can see it's on hybrid power. Now at about 30 miles an hour, we're at a constant speed, and it switches over completely to engine power. We don't need the extra boost from the electric motor. Let off on the gas a little bit. We're charging the battery. Again, back on the gas a little bit. And now we're rolling up to a stoplight. We're charging the battery. Approaching a stop. And now a full stop. And the light turns green again. And now acceleration onto the interstate, doing about 25 miles an hour. And there's full throttle. And a little bit of ramp here. Off on the throttle. And somebody's going really slow up here as we're actually trying to merge. A little bit of throttle. We're uphill. Back on as we come back up to highway speed. And we're at a intermediate throttle. and it's switching back and forth as we're off and on the throttle a little bit. Now, the instrument panel itself is less entertaining than the center stack display. So how we pulled away that we went from auto stop to just a regular tachometer display, although we really don't see shifting of the transmission like you would in a conventional automatic transmission. One other item is the economy gauge over here to the left. As I accelerate, it moves over to the right, and I let up, it moves up to the center. It never really moves to the left. We're not too sure why it never goes to a fuel saving economical mode. And the engines the engine is still working. If we slow to a stop, we see it goes to auto stop before the car is actually stopped. Now there's the economy gauge moving over to the left. So that's the Chevrolet Tahoe two-mode hybrid. It's really a remarkable vehicle, getting sedan mileage from a 7-passenger full-size SUV and still being able to do anything a full-size body-on-frame 5,800-pound SUV can do, which is a lot more than can be done with a Prius. Next up for the two-mode hybrid is the two-wheel drive and four-wheel drive Dodge Durango and the front-drive Saturn Vue. Now, obsolete and bordering on extinction? Not these SUVs. America's short on technical expertise? Don't think so. The only drawback right now is price. Our test vehicle has a base price of $5,200. Ours listed for close to $5,500. Every hybrid costs more than its less sophisticated alternative, but, nurse, get the paddles. It's a big one, Wheezy. But the Chevrolet Tahoe two-mode hybrid is a very remarkable piece of equipment. Without a doubt, the most advanced hybrid vehicle on the road today. No wonder Chevy put so many hybrid labels all over the outside. Now, this is John Matris for CarBuzzer.com with another CarBuzzer.com RoadSkill report. CarBuzzer.com, it's the lunch of champions.